Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Oh, you know what? I am kind of far away from the microphone. Uh, I was just listening to myself in a little playback feed. Okay. Well, sorry for the delay. Um, but there was still more stuff coming in. I mean, like I would grab a photo that had only been posted like 60 seconds ago. Literally, it would just say 1 minute, 45 seconds, whatever. But I grabbed them because, when they're gone, they're gone. So, but I got what I could. So let's get underway. Uh, put my slides up and we're good. Anyway, thanks everyone who was here earlier. Oh my goodness, did I not title this one? I guess I didn't. Hope it's the right slides. I hope it's not the slides that I had set aside for my OnlyFans account. Or is it fans only? My OnlyFans account. Yeah. Um, and by the way, if anybody wants to link to my OnlyFans, let me know. Um, let me know. Let me know. And by the way, it helps if you have a sense of humor. Um, Carol Lund, thank you so much for being first. Hi, Lydia Washington. Um, yeah, I tell you. Never mind, I can't get it out. I just keep it to myself. Woo. Okay. Let me stop. But listen, you never know what gravity can do until you see my OnlyFans account. Okay, I'll leave it there. Um, years ago, they used to put something on the side of the cereal box because sometimes when people would buy cereal, they thought they were getting shortchanged. So they finally put a little statement on the box that says, um, some of the product may have settled during shipment, but the weight and volume is still the same. Well, that describes me. Some of the product may have shifted, may have settled during. I told you I couldn't get it out. Let me stop. My face is starting to hurt, and I haven't even started yet. Um. Oh, let me see what happened. What happened? What did I miss? Rafaela. Oh, let me see here. Greetings, my friends. Hello, Mr. Barron and Maud. Sorry for the inaction. Uh, is it? But I am. It's in the hospital for tests. I collapsed. Uh, because of the heat. Oh my goodness! Listen, I know in some places they don't have air conditioners, right? If it's a very hot day, make sure you fill up the bathtub. And if you're not cooling enough, put your feet in it. That'll cool you down. Or just get in the bathtub. But yeah, if you ever think, okay, it's very hot, I'll just drink some water. I'll sit in front of the fan. Mm-mm. Fill up the bathtub and get in it. You have to take care of yourself when it's really hot. Sometimes, if you wait around, then you may not be conscious enough to do it. So, yeah, fill up a bathtub, put your feet in it, get that core temperature down, or get in the tub, and that will really cool you off. You won't believe where I learned that from. When I was a kid, I learned that, and I still remember it today. So, anyway, take care, Rafaela, and I hope you're feeling better. Be careful of the heat. Winsome Jones, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for being here. So, I don't see anybody putting their hands up for that fans only account. Okay, I see who my friends are. Legs wants to say hi to Rafaela, Beverly, Lola, Mary, Pavla girl, and Thomas and Yalibi. Very good. Oh yeah, that also works. That also works. A wet towel. Mm-hmm. Just put that around your neck. Dab your forehead with it. That's another great remedy. Or you could listen to Royal Sussex. Okay. Anyway, see, I love the way you all take care of each other. That is wonderful. So let's see what's hot. Look at those kids. How old are they? How old are they? They're so young. They're so young. They're so youthful and vigorous. I was just telling someone yesterday that I was so worried about them when they were in Nigeria because I didn't feel like they were getting enough rest, you know. And so she said, Baron, they're young, they have plenty of energy. Well, it's not that I don't think you can function, but the thing is, with the amount of, let's just say, haters there are out there, I just want them to stay sharp and, you know, not have any mishaps or anything. That's the only thing I care about. So they're moving at a much slower pace this time. Before they had managed to squeeze so much, I was very impressed by it, and that's one of the things that I worried about Harry on the week of the Invictus games because he was everywhere all at one time, and that makes me nervous. But you know what? They're very talented people. If anybody can handle that pace of work, they can. Um, okay. All right. So let's get on with it. I got some really cool stuff to share with you all. Okay. All right. So take a look here. Esto Paso, during their visit to Debris. You know what? I still haven't figured out what that meant. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex greeted Colombian veterans of the Korean War. Find out about the illustrious visit and the contact they had with the members of Team Colombia who will compete in Invictus 2025. Um, illustrious. Now listen, that is the translation. Let me see. Illustre. Illustre? Well, I guess that's what they meant to say. Illustrious. Sounds kind of wicked, but all right. Okay. I'll accept. But yeah, so and Meghan, as you can see, she's wearing something cool and comfortable for the occasion. Um our Duchess has decided to go with a polka dot skirt. Yes, that's right. Polka dots. and it looks cute on her. But doesn't everything? Doesn't everything? So this is one of those occasions where she decided not to be as formal. Um Oh, yes. Please do translate that. Okay. Oh, and they got photos too. They got the photos too. Okay. All right. Glad to see that. All right. I'll share that with you later. But well, I can tell you now. Duke and Duchess of Sussex visited Colombian veterans with disabilities who will participate in the Invictus Games. I was trying to figure out what the DIVRI, Dirección de Veterans Rehabilitation Inclusiva, Rehabilitación Inclusiva. So that's what it means. Um, I think. Yes, that's what it means. So it's let me translate that one. I want to translate that too. Can I? No, I guess I can't. But yeah, so that's what it is. That's where they are right now. It's called the DIVRI, DIVRI. That's an acronym for Dirección de Veteranos y Rehabilitación Inclusiva. Okay. I tell you, my Spanish is good these days. I am turning myself on. Sounds so sexy when I say it. Ah, there we go. Nice group shot. There's the vice president. There is Harry in the center. And on the right side, you can see the Duchess of Sussex. You know, listen, I don't know why I get this feeling that when Meghan places her hand on your shoulder or if she touches your arm, I have this notion that I don't know, I would probably get very like how do I put it? It would probably seem like magic. You know what I mean? It seems like she just has that kind of a touch. I don't know why. I just get that feeling. Some people just they have that, and I guess Harry do too. Um, or I'm sorry, Harry does as well. Some people they're just so amazing that you almost feel like a certain what is the word I'm looking for? Nah, I don't want to get like too philosophical, but I think certain people just have that ability. Yeah. So comforting touch. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's got to be a very comforting touch, reassuring. Yeah, I would imagine you would feel reassured. That's what I think because they're so tactile, and it just seems like they just have a certain magnetism about them. You know what? I did not notice that until you just said so, but yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is standing at attention. Thank you, Poliver. Thank you very much. He is standing at attention. And there is another group shot. They actually took several of these photos. I have seen several of them, and they all look just slightly ever so different. But yeah, as you can see, this is where Harry really seemed. Actually, this whole trip, I think he has. Okay, the reason why I know Harry is having an exceptional time is because he was dancing today. He danced a little jig today. That means he's in a good place. Raffaella Bertoni, thank you so much for the super sticker. And please stay cool and comfortable. Look at there. And check out this soldier. He not only did he get one of those comforting touches on the shoulder, he's gotten two of them. You see that? Look there. Now, I'm telling you, he probably was like on such a high for the entire day after that. I mean, how could you not? How could you not? Two of the like most famous people in the world, all of a sudden you're like in the same space, breathing the same air, and they put their hands on your shoulder like they've been knowing you for 100 years. How cool is that? How cool is that? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh, and did you all notice that the vice president is wearing the Invictus colors? I repeat, the vice president is wearing the Invictus colors. Now, that is being a very considerate host. She is literally dressed in the Invictus colors. So, very, very cool. Look at this. Look at her eyes. Oh my God, it's Prince Harry. Look at her eyes. I'm like happy for them. I am very happy for them. I am feeling it for them as well. Antoinette Kennedy, thank you so much for being here. Did I do this one twice? I guess I did. So relaxed and so comfortable is the moment that literally the vice president of Colombia is balancing herself on someone else's thigh. Now that is what I call cozy. Wait, is that the okay? You know what? And the reason why it looks different is because I had that other little photo and set there, so that's why it looks a little different. Uh, I'm pretty sure that some of these people have met Harry before. Maybe they haven't, but they seem like they have met him for the first time. Or is it just that they're so excited to meet him? Whatever the case may be, um, very cool. And so there you have it again. It is the direction, dirección de veteranos y rehabilitación inclusiva. See? Parquet, butter. Parquet, butter. Parquet, butter. I am really doing this Spanish tonight. Anyway, now I don't know. Does anybody recognize the guy over on the far left side? Don't know who he is, but I feel like I've seen him before. Also, you know what's weird? What's his name is not here. It's almost like you can't have an Invictus meeting like this without actually there's two people that seem to be missing, Derek and what is his name, the tall guy. Oh wait, don't tell me. David Weissman. Yeah, that's who's missing. David is missing. So David and Derek is the one who helped put together the Nigeria trip, I think. Well, anyway, that's what's missing. It seems weird, but I guess it's only one day. It's not like it was in Nigeria where you had those multiple situations just that one day. So, um, but still, I missed the two of them. And what's his name? JJ. JJ's not there. Oh, look at there. Were they having a good time or what? Were they having a good time? I think so. Oh yeah, you leave you that makes sense. Yeah, it's just this one thing that they're doing today. So don't know what the conversation was about, but I'd like to find out one day. Oh, he's not wearing socks. I didn't even notice. Yeah, you're right. He's not wearing socks. Oh, and check it out. You can see the vice president in the back there. You can see she has a long jacket on. I think it is kind of cool in um, Colombia right now. Not cold, just a little, I think so because isn't it winter there? I think. Yeah, they are south of the equator, right? It's winter there. Yeah, see the guy on the right side there? I wonder if he's with the Sussexes. I wonder. Don't know who that guy is, but I don't know. It seemed like I've seen him before. And there he is again. So don't know who he is, but he looks familiar. And of course, our Duchess is doing a very good job being poised and elegant. Or as that guy said earlier, on point. She's on point. Every bit the royal princess. And here is a collage of images. And thank goodness, because if I would have tried to add these individually, it wouldn't have gone so easy. Okay. And I don't know what that is an iPhone, I think. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing there. It looks weird. Oh, she's doing a selfie. You know what? I don't know how many times I looked at this. I'm only now just seeing Meghan there. I didn't think Meghan was in the photo, but she is there. They're doing a selfie. She's doing selfies for two people. That's why she's holding two phones. Got it. Got it. Now, why are there Korean War veterans in Colombia? I haven't figured that out yet. So that means they fought in the war back in the 1950s. They fought during the 1950s. And this is what I used for the thumbnail, if that looks familiar. Very, very sweet. So, if you're wondering what was the big fuss, what did Harry say earlier that caused the tabloid media to accuse him of having somehow slighted Elon Musk? I think this is the comment right here. So this is what they were saying, that Harry somehow took a swipe at Elon Musk. Remember that? He took a swipe against Elon Musk. Make that make sense. But he certainly did not. He was speaking generally. He wasn't speaking of any particular individual. He said It comes down to all of us to be able to spot the true from the fake. In an ideal world, those with position of influence would take more responsibility. We are no longer debating facts. For as long as people are allowed to spread lies, abuse, harass, then social cohesion as we know it has completely broken down. So that is what he said. I don't recall him saying Elon Musk in that statement. Harry was, oh, sorry about that. I meant to do that. Harry was just speaking truth to power. Some very powerful people with a lot of influence are not taking the steps to protect us from the misleading um, information. They're not protecting us from harassment. There's just very little safeguards or protection with some of these social media platforms. And it doesn't show duty of care. And I think it's reckless and irresponsible. And that's all Harry is saying is that when it comes down to it, all of us to be able to spot the true from the fake in an ideal world with positions of influence would take more. I'm sorry, those in position of influence would take more responsibility. We are no longer debating facts. For as long as people are allowed to spread lies, abuse, and harass. Now, if that seems like it sounds like, you know, the mad evil genius that owns a car company and a social media platform, then oh well. But he did not say anybody by name. There's more than one person. Yeah, isn't it interesting though? Isn't it interesting? Oh well. Look at what Meghan wore. She's wearing another one of those long dresses. I guess you call it a column dress. Um, is it a empire dress, Grecian style? Anyway, elegant. Now we have kind of seen that before, but last time it was yellow. Well, we didn't know that she had a blue one. You see, when Meghan likes something, she really likes it. And when she loves it, she really loves it. And she looked, I wish there was like a video of her walking in that dress. But unfortunately, this is as good as it gets. There are no other photos. But you know what? Since I'm on the topic, why don't I go and take a quick look? Do you guys mind? Let me see if anybody has uploaded something of her in that blue dress. Let me go to one of my reliable sources and see what they have. But as far as I know, that's it. Yep. Okay, that was reliable source number one. Let me go to another one. If she doesn't have it, it probably does not exist. Which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think those two are as good as it gets. Oh, man. Well, hmm. That seems to be it. Okay, I'm going to try one more person. And if they don't have it, then it's just not there. And guess what? It's not there. So I don't suppose there's any videos, and I don't see any photos of her where you can see the full gown. That is too bad. But I will make an effort to find it tonight. I will. When I get done, I will see if I can find it for tomorrow. But and also that color, that tone of blue, That is one of Meghan's favorites, if you haven't guessed by now. Now let's compare that to the yellow gown that she wore in Nigeria, which unfortunately I did not have one prepared. Okay. Try that one. Okay, Nigeria. Okay. Wow, she looks so good in that yellow one. I still prefer the yellow. The yellow one, I just thought it looked more regal, even though that one um, also looks amazing, but I like that yellow one too. I actually like the yellow one more. Uh, hmm. Well, well, can you believe I'm having trouble finding one? Or I could do this. I could do this. No, I can't do that. That doesn't work. Okay, maybe later. I'll bring one up later. And did I just see a super? Oh, Lex says UK media is trying to obfuscate Harry and Meghan message. They are trying to connect Harry and Meghan to recent racist riots. Elon, they want the racists to come for them. Yeah, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. They want to try somehow to make that riot about Harry and Meghan, to try to blame them in some kind of way. But the only way to really make that point, they would also have to throw the rest of the royals in there, which, of course, before Kate's surgery, before Charles had surgery, let me see, who was that we were using the R word on before um, all of that surgery and cancer stuff came up, right? Isn't it interesting that the same people that were having surgery that was not cancerous and then it became cancerous are the same two people that was incredibly unpopular before um, January, before New Year's, right? Just a coincidence. That's all. Just a coincidence. Hey, that was May when they went to, right? Let me see. 2024? Well, it certainly ain't 1924, is it? And why am I talking to myself? Was not yeah, Nigeria. Ah, perfect. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. Oh, that is so perfect. Yes. There we go. I found the one I want to share. Yeah, that's it. I found the one I want to share. Let's do that one. Okay. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Let me try that. Okay. Okay, incoming. Here we go. Mm. I love this. I love it. Anyway, thank you so much, Legs. They are obfuscating as usual. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Huh? Now, once again, which do you prefer? The yellow? Oh, wait. The yellow or the blue? I love that blue, but I like the yellow one. The yellow one was more, it was just more. It really took me by surprise. Huh? Yellow or blue? I don't see anybody responding yet. Yellow or blue? Also, she's wearing her hair up with the yellow one. Maybe that's why it appears to be more regal. Let me see. One Love likes both. Cookies and Cream likes the blue. Both yellow and blue, Paula Girl says. Blue, yellow, yellow. Yeah, see, the yellow is more regal. The yellow is, I guess, with the hair up, right? Now, let's do one more thing here. Let's do one more thing. We got to complete the look. We really have to and plus Meghan became a princess in the yellow, right? Meghan became a prince. Well, she was already a princess, but she became a 5-time princess. She was a princess when she got there, and then there were the 3 kings plus 1. So, wow. I will never forget the impact of the yellow dress ever. It made quite the impact. Plus, we haven't really seen the blue dress. We've seen it, but we have not really seen the blue dress. But take a look here. Take a look. Huh? Huh? uh, you know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Plus the way it moved. And there was all those colors that everybody else was wearing, right? There was all those other people, but Meghan just really stood out in that gown. So that is like one of my favorite moments in fashion was Meghan coming out in that yellow dress. One of my favorite moments. Bar none, one of my favorites. Let me see here. Deborah Anderson, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Hung. You go, Meghan. You are doing that. And the hair, the updo. And by the way, on that particular trip, just for the record, Meghan did her own hair. Remember the makeup guy, what's his name? Daniel, whatever his name is. He said that Meghan did her own hair and makeup for that trip. So Trey Bien, she was doing everything herself and looked incredible doing it. Also, I'm so tired of those people talking about that guy leaving that job. I'm like, what difference does it make? So he's gone. Big deal. Oh, let me see here. That's what I have been looking for. Wait till I share this with you. Wait till I share this with you. Okay. What am I doing? Ah, there we go. There we go. Hold on. Give me a second, you all. Wait till I share this one with you. Okay. First, let me take this away. Nothing puts me in a better mood than seeing the Sussexes Sussex. Let the Sussexes Sussex. That's what I always say. Why don't they just let the Sussex? Here we go. One more time. Okay. Okay. One more time. You know, there was once a royal princess that put on the gaudiest, glittering gold concoction monstrosity dog of a dress you've ever seen. And well, anyway, she couldn't hold a candle to our Meghan. Not at all. Could not hold a candle. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so I think we're all agreed. Yellow has it. There was far more yellows than blue. So that is the best one. Yellow. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Regal, elegant. And just by coincidence, today, the vice president of these United States also wore blue. That is a very presidential blue color. As a matter of fact, it's the same shade of blue that is used for Air Force One. So they were so in sync today, just by chance, just so in sync with one another. How do you like that? Yeah, I would say they were pretty in sync. And it reminded me of a few other blue looks that Meghan has worn. This was quite some time ago. Now, it's kind of hard to see it, but the front of the dress has something that looked like fins coming down. There's a pleat that comes down the front of the dress. And I remember when the paparazzi was um, standing there with their cameras, one of them was like, "Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant?" Well, at the time, I don't think so, but and even if she was, definitely you wouldn't she wasn't showing or anything, but it was kind of a but then again, maybe that was a way that she wanted to tell people without telling them, you know what I'm saying? Say it without but not say it. You see what I mean? Take a look on the left side there, and you can see. But again, there was like 3 or 4 pleats coming down the front. They were sticking out almost like fins. Very unusual design. I don't remember who was the designer of that dress. And then, of course, the blue coat on the right side. It seemed like no sooner than she wore her blue coat than some other dizzy broad decided to wear her blue coat. Um, and it wasn't a coat dress, it was a blue coat. They went and bought themselves a blue coat too. And then, of course, there is the cape dress that she wore on the Oceania tour. And that always reminds me of the Kennedys for some reason. I'm getting Jackie and John, or Jackie and Jack and Jackie. Yeah, that's what they were giving me. And then the blue dress, that's the one where she could not stop laughing when they were singing the mosquito song. Oh my God, that was so funny. I mean, it was not funny, but it was funny. It was funny. When they were on the Oceania tour, they were so worried about the Zika virus before the Sussexes left. And anyway, these school kids, they sang some song about mosquitoes, and zzz, they were making the buzz sound and everything. And Meghan was literally in tears laughing about that song. Um, but yeah, that was very funny. So you have seen that blue dress before, and I'm gonna show you right here. That is the famous blue dress. She only ever wore it in this video, and we didn't even know it was a dress. We just know she was wearing blue. But one of the very eagle-eyed squaddies realized, I don't know how people do that. I mean, if this all you have to go on, how could you know what it was? But somebody recognized it, and and sure enough, they posted a picture of it. Yeah, that was a video that she posted, and I believe that was during the global pandemic. And of course, looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that's the dress. But she was just posting a video. She could have wore anything, but she chose to wear that one. So that is the famous blue dress. I'm telling you, the squad be knowing, don't they? And this is one of my favorite looks for our Duchess. I just threw this in here. It has nothing to do with the blue dress or anything, but I just threw it in there. Love the denim top. Now, there has been much criticism about the nation of Colombia from the British tabloid media, much in the same vein that they use to describe Nigeria. I mean, they're like a whole world away from Nigeria, a whole world away from the United Kingdom. But what do they have in common? Well, the Sussexes are there. And so, of course, in order to insult the Sussexes, they decided to take the whole nation down if they can. And they talked of poverty, the annual wage, and all that kind of stuff. Well, check it out. Colombian schools listed among world's best for 2024. The award has 5 categories: community collaboration, environmental action, innovation, overcoming adversity, and promoting healthy lives. In 2023, a school from Patalito, Huya, I think that's right, won the environmental action category, according to a statement from the awards organization. Colombia is among the top 5 countries with the most schools nominated out of approximately 100 countries worldwide. The list of selected schools comprised of 50 institutions with 10 in each category. So take that, nasty, vicious, horrible, cruel, mean spirited um, tabloid reporters. See there? They all they could think about is terrible things to say or something negative to say. Colombia has been making, as a matter of fact, most of Central and South America has done incredible things in terms of their economy, their education, social services. They're getting there. They're really doing some incredible things. But that is not the Western version. That is not the industrial European centric type of idea of what other people in the world are doing. We don't hear stuff like that because they don't want to report those things. But it's like I always tell people, some of the smartest people in the world come from Nigeria and Ghana. I've worked with people from Nigeria and Ghana. That's why I know what I'm talking about. Brilliant, brilliant, and also very, very cool, right? I mean, they always treated me like a brother. They didn't treat me like I was some ignorant American, like some people seem to think, and all that kind of stuff. I never felt disrespected or any of that kind of slighted, none of that kind of stuff. They always treated me like a brother. Problem solvers, problem solvers. You need some help, they're there for you. But what happens? Harry and Meghan goes to Nigeria, and suddenly it is the worst possible place you could go. Even though the royal family has been to both, they do business in both. People go back and forth to both. People go on vacation to both. But that is not convenient for a Harry and Meghan royal tour. And it is a royal tour. They're royal, they're on tour. It's a royal tour. Additionally, there will be a sixth winner chosen by public vote from the 50 institutions. The school that receives the most public votes will receive the Community Choice Award and will be awarded a free membership to T4 Education Best School to Work program, a certification for schools that measure and evaluates school culture, the organization noted. Wasn't there something in between? I think I skipped a lot, but anyway, you get the point. I'm like, wasn't there something in between? So here's the people that were dancing last night. Afternoon. See there? There's Harry all the way in the back. There is the second gentleman. There's Meghan. And of course, the vice president throwing up a peace sign. And all of the dancers that entertain. Also, the guy in the front there, I don't know, maybe just like they accused Harry of trying to, what was that? Trying to diss Elon Musk. Well, I think that guy in the front is making fun of the Princess of Wales. Huh? Huh? Is he making fun of the Princess of Wales? I think he is. Yeah, maybe somebody should write an article about how some obscure dancer in Colombia was making fun of Kate Middleton. Of course, he could have done some other things like hang his behind out the window, um, go out on a working dinner date with Richard Branson. That's one of the things he could have done. He could have gone topless in France. Yeah, right? Or he can get Botox. He can get Botox. That's one way to what is that they said Harry did? Took a swipe. Yeah, that's one way to take a swipe. Or he can drink alcohol from a paper bag like somebody's mama did at a football match. That was classy for the future queen's mother. Uh, yeah, There's many trashy things he could have done if he wanted to take a swipe at somebody, right? So I'm just saying, I'm just having some fun. That's all. We don't have any hate here at Royal Sussex. Um, I'm trying to think what else could he have done. Wait, give me a second. I'll think of something. What else could he have done? Um, oh, I know. Wait, give me a minute. Um, hmm. Wait. Okay, there we go. He could have. There we go. All right, I got it. Okay, one more. Yeah, he could have shown his legs in front of the president of South Korea, right? He could have emerged from a state Bentley, showing his raw chicken thigh looking leg. Yeah, that's another thing he could have done. But he didn't. He just, kind of waved his hands. And you know what would be really cruel? Okay, this is my last one, I promise. This is my last one. But since I've gone through the trouble, I may as well get this off my chest. What else could he have done? You know what? I can't think of anything. But why don't we go to Kensington Palace?
Well, obviously it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
And people wonder why her mama drinks. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, you got to do a little Fosse, right? What's his name? Bob Fosse? Um, Jim Fosse? Whatever. You got to do a little Fosse. Ted Fosse? The dancer. Chuck Fosse? You got to do a little Fosse hand. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, yeah. This is from the vice president's social media account. Our second day of the visit of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, to Colombia, we visited the garden and planted project Pexana Mesa, right? Which means the memory that must not be forgotten, and La Garada, that is, school. Yeah, at that school. We enjoyed a session of relaxation and connection with nature. Manuela, an 11-year-old student, taught us how to plant trees to take care of our planet and build a better future. It is wonderful that educational environments connect students with the sensitivity of caring for and valuing nature. Our big home, with shovel in hand and under the leadership of the other children of La Giralda, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and I had the honor of planting three something. I guess that's a tree, right? We plant the seed of hope, working hand in hand with our girls and boys for the well-being of humanity. There we go. So that's what they're doing. Very sweet. From yesterday, remember that? From yesterday. And this is a very good photo of Harry. Unfortunately, I don't think any of the magazines used it. Now, I have a soundbite for you. Let me get that going for you. I want you to hear how salty, and I do mean how salty those people are right now. That's Roy Anika. As you can see, one of the squatties took a little license with her name. And also the guy, that is Hugh Vicious. Hugh Vicious. I think that she changed his name too. But they're both a little salty. Now, on the other side, I will tell you what I think about what they have to say.
Goalposts are always changing. The goalposts are always changing. They're not quite sure. They've tried all sorts of different things. And it seems to me that they rely very much on being sort of major news, which in fact they succeed in doing very, very well. But that's all working for themselves and their causes.
Royals demand attention, Hugo, and Harry and Meghan are getting a lot of attention in Colombia. Why?
I can see why they've gone to do it, because they have to keep reinventing themselves the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think this is their problem, is that they don't quite know which direction they're going. And I hate to be cynical, but of course, we wouldn't really take much interest in what they were doing unless it was the fact that he was Prince Harry. I mean, That is the thing. I mean, Meghan Markle, before she married, was doing a lot of interesting things in the Commonwealth, a lot of highly admirable things, and they didn't get the sort of attention that they're getting now.
There is, of course, precedent for this, because Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, went to Colombia last year, towards the end of 2023, but she went at the request of the British government, and she went, as working members of the royal family do, with Foreign Office officials. So she had all the sort of sense checking there and the advice in terms of sort of the pitfalls. And she was there obviously talking about her work in, campaigning against sexual violence and gender equality. I suppose the potential pitfalls on a tour like this is that Harry and Meghan are going without the protection of the sort of safety net of Foreign Office advice. They've also just lost their chief of staff, Josh Kettler, who...
Well, that's particularly interesting because we are told that he didn't resign on account of this trip. So why did he resign? I mean, if he had disapproved of the trip and said, well, actually, it's time for me to go. But that sounds to me much more worrying, because he's going anywhere, and he's going just before they undertake what, as you rightly say, is a very high-profile visit.
Is it dangerous territory for private...
Yes,
citizen royals
to
go on these
dangerous. I don't think that they have a very good sense of direction at the moment. The goalposts are always changing. They're not quite sure. They've tried
OTP.
Oh, okay. So everything, and this is what they call projection or deflection. Everything that they just said, the goalposts are constantly changing. Isn't it the same thing for Will and Kate? As a matter of fact, everything the Sussexes do, for certain Will and Kate are going to do it. Or at the very least, they're going to try. And yes, the goalposts are constantly changing. If you want to know what Will and Kate are going to do next, you need only look to Harry and Meghan. That is the best way to plan around the Will and Kate, is to see what Harry and Meghan is doing. The other thing, staff. Let me see. They got married in 2018, and they said that there has been 13 staff people, and this is their words. I don't know what the real number is. But 13 people have come and gone. Well, didn't the Sussexes leave most of their people behind, which were people that actually was still working for Will and Kate, right? Weren't they people who could take a non-disclosure and actually rip it up at whim or whenever Willie tells them to, and then start leaking information, briefing information, and even worse, going to court for a case that is being fought by Meghan. They go to court to try to help the enemy, which is not really the enemy because they're in the bed with the tabloid media. So, again, everything that he said actually applies to Will and Kate. Every bit of it. Every word. They don't seem to know what direction they're going. Harry and Meghan are doing just fine. As a matter of fact, they have a huge house that they own. They have what do you call it? A foundation that they established, not the people that work for them. They have their production company that they established, not the people that work for them. All of these things they have managed to do on their own. Meghan is no stranger to philanthropy. She's no stranger to being a business person. She's done all of those things. And as he just said, she was able to do some incredible things in the Commonwealth before she was even part of the Commonwealth. She was doing those things. So you could flip all of that and turn it toward those other two. Like, for instance, Keening Kate. Kate is the one who is a non starter. She's always starting something and she never finishes it. William, who is supposed to end hunger, homelessness, war, pollution, all of these things that he hasn't even put a dent in it, let alone done anything about it. The only thing that he's ever done consistent is the 3-year-old what is that thing called? The earth flop. And he's not even doing anything. He just shows up. His people are doing it. He's not even a good president of the Football Association. He only goes to the big matches when the men are playing. He never supports the women. Same with Kate in Wimbledon. She really only goes for the men. She never supports the the women. So if you take any parts of that and just insert the name Will and Kate, it would be more accurate, not for Harry and Meghan. But because they have this need to try to dress down the Sussexes, to try to belittle them, to try to make them look foolish, like they're kids who don't know what to do. That is a grown man, that is a grown woman, and I think they are doing incredibly well. Imagine starting a foundation during the height of a global pandemic. Imagine starting a production company during the height of the global pandemic. They even did an amazing job when they bought a house that's set on the market. They were trying to get $40 million for that house. Harry and Meghan, what did they pay for it? 16 million? 14 million? They bought it at just the right time. That house had sat waiting for them. I'm convinced of that. That house was sitting there waiting for them. It was meant to be. Everything that is happening for them in terms of business, philanthropy, family, career, and of course, their position on the global stage, I am convinced that there's a much higher calling, a much higher power than Charles Windsor and certainly Willie Windsor. There's something much greater going on here. Those people are so inconsequential, it doesn't even mean anything. Yes, 14 million. They got it at a bargain. They were trying to get a lot of money for that house, and it was worth a lot of money too. But it was meant for Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lily, and whenever she chooses, Mama Doria. And they did mention Sophie when Sophie went. Sophie this, Sophie that. Sophie is not a real duchess. Sophie is not a royal princess. Sophie, she's the coal miner's daughter. She's not meant to be in those spaces. Just like I pointed out earlier, how perfect Meghan's posture has been right from the start. She moves like a royal princess. She talks like a royal princess. She cares like a royal princess should. Whereas this unfortunate specimen of a human being, don't ask me how I got their x-rays. That's nobody's business. But down to the bone, you can see, as it's not just skin deep, you can go right to the bone. Meghan, with that ramrod straight posture of hers, right? Athletic, yet elegant, very feminine. Whereas poor Sophie Wessex comes stomping in there and head hanging and face all drawn up. I mean, she's not meant to be around polite company, let alone traveling to other countries. That doesn't suit her. I don't know why they let her out the house or out the palace or whatever she's living in. Right? I don't know how that happens. You have this ethereal, beautiful, elegant princess, and then there's the coal miner's daughter. Not a good fit. Not a good fit. Meghan was rich when she married into that family, but poor Sophie was just as broke as could be. Everything she touched, she runs it into the ground. Like her so-called advertising firm. To me, it sounded like a big frat party full of baking soda and it was, well, anyway, you could read it in the papers. But there was never a dull moment at that firm that she worked. Could you imagine her trying to pull this off? Or this? No. She's she was designed to walk behind Kate Middleton, to walk in Kate Middleton's shadow. That is where she's best suited. That's why when she went to Colombia, there was no need for any extra protection or anything like that. Nobody even knew she was there. If somebody would have stormed a building or something looking for her, they would have mistaken her for the cleaning woman. They would have thought she was there to clean up. They certainly would not have assumed that that was a royal princess. They'd be like, "Sorry, we thought some member, we thought some member of the royal family was here." But anyway, get on with your cleaning. We'll come back. Yeah, they'd walk right past her. They wouldn't know that she was a royal princess. But Meghan, well, of course they would know. She has royal princess. It's in her DNA. It just is, right? It just is. She just is. So there you go. So these unfortunate comparisons that they keep making, they can miss me with that. Anyway, when was the last time you heard matter of fact? Matter of fact. Matter of fact was on it. Matter of fact, I'm going to share it with you. Matter of fact. Okay. Matter of fact.
And the drama that arose between Harry and William when William wasn't allowed to have his beard for his wedding, but Harry was. And I had a lot of people saying, well, why are you quoting from Spare as if it's the truth? You know, there's always three sides to every story. In this case, it's his, Harry's, his, William's, and somewhere in the middle, the truth. And a lot of people are also saying, well, it's not fair. We're only hearing Harry's side when it comes to Spare. And Will and Kate have never had a chance to tell their side of the story. And I need to disabuse you of that notion real quick. The idea that the royals, specifically Will and Kate, have never told their side of the story is laughable. Where do you think all of those royal sources from Kensington Palace are getting their information? All of the royals do this. They strategically leak to the press when they want to get their side of the story out there. They've even been known to do things like, oh, I don't know, just off the top of my head, release chiefs of staff from non-disclosure agreements so that they can provide evidence in court. Will and Kate, Charles and Camilla have been getting their side of the story into the historical record for years. So the phrase recollections may vary could be true, but I need you to stop pretending that recollections of Will and Kate have never been shown to the public before, because they very much have. And the whole point of Harry writing Spare, the whole point of Harry and Meghan doing the Netflix documentary, was to get their side of the story into the historical record with an equal weight attached to it. Where do you think the story about Meghan supposedly making Kate cry came from? Do you think that would have gotten into the press without the permission of Kate? And we now know that that story has been debunked. We now know years after the fact that it was no, probably the other way around. And the only way we know that was because Meghan was finally able to tell her side of the story. So please stop asking like Spare was some kind of unprovoked quote unquote attack on the royal family. It wasn't. It was the result of Harry not getting his side of the story anywhere for years and years and years and finally deciding enough was enough. Yes, it might be one side of the story, but you've already heard the other side of the story. If you read things from royal biographers, palace sources, royal experts, a lot of those talking points are, if not coming directly from the palace, at least sanctioned by them. So if you're going to tell me to respect both sides of the story, I need you to have some of that same energy and understand the actual game being played here.
She said what she said. She said what she said. Okay? That's matter of fact. That's matter of fact. She's on TikTok. It's frustrating that every day Charles and William have a standing army of reporters to go out there and mislead, right? And just today, one of those awful weekly things that come on the YouTube, hadn't been seeing much of them lately because, well, they haven't had much to talk about. Every week they come on and they pretend like they don't want people to think that all they talk about is Harry and Meghan. But without Harry and Meghan, there would not be these royal reports. Those people are so desperate for money. They're so desperate for money. They don't make anything from the rest of their family. In comparison, they don't make anything. They are just existing at this point. There's no profit, no real profit. The solid money is the Sussexes. But the thing is, most people have caught on to what their tactic is. And you even see people that are not royalists that don't even care about Harry and Meghan. They'll say, why don't you stop talking about them? If you didn't have them to talk about, what else would you talk about? Isn't there other things going on in the world? Must you blame the Sussexes for everything? How could they be irrelevant if you won't stop talking about them? You have to really find a place where the comments are not coming from the usual suspects. And smart people, reasonable people, will read some of the articles or listen to some of these awful people, and they're just like, and They're not over there anymore. So, in order to give some validity to their nastiness, they'll say, well, they have to give those titles back and they're only living off of those titles. They know that that doesn't make a difference. In the wider world, nobody cares about those titles. But for Harry, it's his birthright. And when I offered them to you, you wouldn't take them. And so I'm of the opinion if there's anything to be gained from it, go get your bag. Go get your bag. Whatever there is to it is a matter of principle. It's your birthright. It's a gift from your grandmother. And as a matter of fact, and it is the fact, you are the Duke of Sussex, and whatever comes with that is yours. You don't have land, you don't have any privileges. All you have is that title. Get what you can from it. That's my opinion. As for the Sussexes, I'm sure that they have a whole nother thing going on, but for me, it's yours. Make of it what you will. Because nobody in that family, except for Harry and Meghan, nobody in that family is working for anything. And then earlier today, I heard one of those, I guess, I don't know how many of them it was. They were saying that that Harry and Meghan, they are running the risk of getting involved with some terrible people. You mean like Cash for Honors? Charles III? Cash for Honors? Those wasn't exactly Sunday school teachers that he was dealing with. Or how about his brother? Huh? Or how about the day that someone approached not only Sophie, but Fergie? It would be one thing if it only happened to one person. But how does lightning strike twice, where you have someone pretending to be a sheikh or shaman or whatever from the Middle East who wants access to the royal family? And not only Sophie, but Fergie too, both of them were willing to, let's say, give favors where favors are due, so that they can get some things they need out of life, right? They're both guilty of that. Both were exposed by the tabloids. The same tabloids that say nothing about them were the same tabloids that at the time set them up. I don't know who's the dummy. I don't know who did it first, but whoever did it first, that was just stupid. Whoever did it second, that was dumb. If the first one got caught, why would you do the same thing, stupid? Why would you do the same thing? I don't get that. So not only are they desperate for position, desperate for money, but they stupid too. And both of them got caught. They reported about it in the newspaper. Cash for Honors, flying to some guy's island, and God only knows what William has been up to. He and his best friend, was it Tom Parker Bowles? What's the son's name? The one who was famous for baking soda at all the parties. He was considered the best source for baking soda. And you're worried about Harry and Meghan getting involved with this person, that person. They could do one or two things. They could suddenly get very, very careless, like Sophie or the other one, or Charles and the rest of them, or they can do everything the way it's supposed to be done by the book. And guess what? At the end of the day, they're still going to be rich. They will still be rich. They don't have to do anything crooked. They will still be well off. Their kids are still going to go to the best schools. Harry has money from his mother that he hasn't even touched. Don't y'all remember he said that? That's for the kids. I'm not messing with that money. That's for the kids. One thing they got, and I do mean plenty of it, is money. And out of all of the members of their family, if there's anybody in the family that had to, let's say, rough it, meaning, I don't know, a single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, if anybody could make that look cool, it would be Harry and Meghan. Harry already lived like that as the mistreated brother of the future king, living in a basement, living in that shack, Notting Wood, whatever it is, Nottingham Cottage, right? Shopping at a discount store. He had absolutely nothing extra. Not a thing. Walking around with holes in his shoes, drying his clothes on the radiator. He'll be all right. Meghan, I don't even have to say anything. She worked at a yogurt shop growing up. She'll be all right. But the rest of them, they wouldn't survive it. They could not survive it. They'd do something really stupid like sell access to a reporter pretending to be a sheikh. They've done it before. They've done it before. They need for Harry and Meghan to be failures to justify the fact that they walked away. They need them to fall to justify the fact that they stood up against that institution. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Anyway, thank you, matter of fact. So this is a glimpse of, I think it's everything, isn't it? Let me see. Day one, day 2. Yeah, I think that's it. That's everything. That is everything. And guess what? We still got some more days. We got what, 2 days left? We got 2 days. So I think I'm just about done. This is today's outfit. The Chanel, the Cartier, Cesta Collective, right? White button down. Who made that? Don't know. The La Piana, blazer, and of course the Princess Diana butterfly earrings. And by the way, that is a very classic Chanel shoe. Chanel would make the tip of the shoe dark so that it would take away from the length of the shoe. That way it would always look elegant and petite. Smart lady, that Chanel, Coco Chanel. How do I know that? What was her name? Gabrielle Chanel? Why do I know that stuff? Anyway, what do we have here? Prince Harry and Meghan. Markle update, couple visit the Colombia school flanked by 14 security cars. Yes, they were. During the Colombia trip, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle visited that school and left surrounded by at least 14 vehicles while soldiers and police protected the school. Well, Zandy said, glad to see Colombians are not flipping around, British tabloids being their usual toxic selves, image going all the way, chasing a couple you claim are irrelevant. Yeah, I'm sorry, not image. Imagine going all the way, chasing a couple you claim are not relevant, are irrelevant. So over here, take a look on the left. The The royal couple went to the school, described as one of the world's top schools, where they met students to talk about supporting healthy lives. Their cavalcade, was that cavalcade? That's a weird choice of words. Included at least 14 vehicles. I thought it would be like a caravan, motorcade. Never mind. And the school was surrounded by soldiers, police, and suited private security during the couple's visit. A taxi driver who dropped off reporters near the school described the area as bandit country and warned the journalists to be careful. Now, see, that driver could have left out that last part. They could have left out that last part. If there's an apocalypse, right? If there is, let's say, the end of times, Madonna will survive. Keith Richards will survive. And of course, the rodent population, which includes the royal rota, they will survive. They will survive. Just like roaches, they're virtually indestructible. The royal rodents, the rota, they will survive. So dropping them off in that neighborhood, I would like to think the worst, but I'm sure nobody even noticed them. Yeah. I mean, you see them and all you could think of is today garbage day? I thought I just saw a rat. They need to come and pick up this trash. Looks like there's rats crawling through the neighborhood with all of their little rat droppings. I showed you guys yesterday what the security looked like. Or was it earlier today? I think I showed it to you earlier today. I'll share it again. And there we go. That is what the security looks like. That and that and that is what security looked like. So yeah, I think they'll be okay. They'll be okay. And by the way, the next stop, from what I hear, the next stop is going to be even bigger. You hear me? It's going to be huge. But listen, you all, this is not just for Harry and Meghan. Don't forget, the vice president is a very important person, and she has been threatened several times. And so this is not really about Harry and Meghan as much as it is about the vice president and other government officials. And then, of course, Harry and Meghan are there. So there's also a great deal of security. The British tabloid media, they want people to get upset and angry because, oh, look at how much money they're spending on personnel just for Harry and Meghan, and they're not even royals. They are royals. It is a tour. They're royals on tour. They are still HRH. They don't use that, but they are HRH, and they are definitely worthy of every precaution. Moving forward, we ain't going back. We ain't going back. And whenever you see a crybaby, just remember, at some point it's feeding time. Yeah, they're not fooling around. But the what do you call it? Whenever the Secret Service moves about, trust me, that ambulance doesn't have bandages and gauze inside of it, right? plus there's other vehicles. And if you've ever been to New York, whenever you see a presidential motorcade, there's usually an SUV riding around with the back door open, and you can see like usually 3 people in there with rifles across their chests. Okay. So I don't think that the president and vice president of Colombia are any less worthy of as much protection as they can afford. So, and they can afford it. So that is that. Um, there's going to be people talking about this visit for generations to come. This has been a huge event in Colombia. And yes, like most things in life, there's a lot of people that just come and go and work and ain't really paying much attention to what's going on. But if they turn on the television, if they go on social media, or if they buy a newspaper, trust me, they all know that Harry and Meghan is there. This is huge, 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 huge. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Got that? Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. That is a quote from Dr. Seuss. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. And with that, I am going to say goodnight. Thank you very much. Wow, I was on here too long. I was really meant to be on here for like an hour. Thank you. Good night. Love you. God bless. Now, go ahead and say good night or good morning. I am going to take a quick look through Twitter and see if there's any images that were not there about 2 hours ago, an hour ago. So technically I am done, but also I'm going to take a look because I can. So if you need to say goodnight or good morning. But if you want to stick around for a minute, let me see what I can find. Go to my usual sources. Nope. So far, nothing. I'm going to try one more. Yeah, it hasn't moved. Yeah, just about everything is the same. How about this guy? He's always got everything. Yeah, I don't see anything. However, oh, that's a nice photo. Didn't see that or that. Well, I mean, I'll share it with you. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but I'll share it with you if you got time. It's just a couple of more photos from that place with the veterans. Just a couple of little extra photos, but I'll share them with you. Huh. Yeah, but otherwise, good night. I'm gonna grab those in just a minute. Let me take a look and see what else I can find. Yeah, I was hoping to get like a nice top to bottom view of the blue dress. I think that would be so cool, but That I cannot find, just those 2 photos. But trust me, they're out there somewhere. Somebody's got them. So I'll probably share that with you tomorrow. The blue dress, whatever I can find. I'm sure I'll find something tonight. Also, did you all hear that there one of the security people was holding this this Kevlar briefcase. They were using it as a shield, a Kevlar shield. Oh, and by the way, the Daily Mail, it will not leave Simone Biles alone. Have you guys seen that? They will not leave her alone. They posted, or should I say, they had an article with her Range Rover. For some reason, I had this weird feeling at the Olympics. I had this weird feeling about her. Like, I felt like she was about to be targeted by the tabloids, right? They had already started, but now it's really in full swing, which is unfortunate. No, I have not. No, no Sherry Ware. And you know who else I haven't heard from? Let me see. Okay, all right. So Sherry Ware for certain, but Dorothy, Dorothy. Ooh, why can't I remember her last name? Dorothy. You know, Dorothy. And I think the last time they said she said she was struggling or under the weather. So yeah, and there's Dorothy Ross. Thank you, Dorothy Ross, and B10 Powell. I haven't seen her on anybody's anything. So yes, there's a few people missing. Gosh, I'm trying to think. There's a few people. I thought it was mostly because of my late hours, but no, I think it may be something else, which I hope is nothing bad. But I just hope people are taking a break for their well-being. Anna Espinoza, yes. Where is Anna Espinoza? Yeah, there's a few people missing. Well, anyway, if you are the above mentioned, oh, by the way, thank you, Lydia Washington. If you are the above mentioned, please say hi some kind of way if you can. If you can. Yep, Mo Shannon. Definitely. Well, I know she's okay, but she took a much needed break after she lost her mom. But yeah. Lady Bird, Lorna, is it Lorna Williams or Lorna W? Lottie. And usually we hear from people when the Sussexes are on tour, right? But unfortunately, well, maybe it's not unfortunate. Like I said, everybody needs to take a break sometime. And so, It may not necessarily be a bad thing. Okay, I'm going to show you. There's this one. I don't think I shared this, right? Or this one. Check out security back there. See there? That's security. And this. There's the Sussexes all the way back there. So yeah, there you go. Those were the 3 that I found just now. You know, it almost seems kind of corny to the outside observer that we're just sitting back going through family photos like this, but I couldn't think of a better way to spend a Friday night. Could you? I mean, after all, we're very proud of our family. So I couldn't think of a better way to spend a Friday night. So there is a longer video of Meghan dancing, right? I do have that one. I just remembered I do have it. So let me see if I can grab that one for your consideration. Okay. Now, if it has sound, I don't think I can play the sound, but give me just a second here. But I'm going to grab it. Okay. And that'll do. Okay. I got that one. And if you haven't seen Harry dance yet, I'm going to go ahead and grab that one too. So give me just a second. But if you need to go to bed or start your day, don't worry. You can just run it to the end later or tomorrow, and you'll be able to see it. You better work it, Harry. You better work it. You better work it, Harry. Now, these are super short, so don't get excited. They're very short. Okay. I'll do Harry's first. All right, you ready for it? See there? I told you. He's a lot happier this trip because you know when Harry is really happy, he does a little dance. Now, maybe he danced while he was in Nigeria and we just didn't see it. But I think that the pressure of the accusations of a royal tour must have bothered him last time. But this time, he's unbothered. And so the more they do these royal tours, the less concerned I think he'll be with their negative comments, right? So, okay, let me grab Meghan's video. But I think that Harry is far more relaxed this time than he was last time. And you know what else I'm thinking? I'm also thinking maybe Harry was holding out hope that they would get the royal protection worked out. I think maybe he was hoping that they could get that worked out. And now, since there is no hope, or at least it doesn't seem to be, um, I think now Harry is just resigned himself to the idea that that doesn't matter anymore. So just go and have a good time. There's really nothing else they can take from us. So we'll just go and have a good time. Okay, let me get the other video going here. We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna take you higher. Okay. Gonna have a funky good time. Uh-oh, sound. Can't play the sound. Can't play the sound. That's trouble. But I can play. There we go. Ready? Here goes. One more time. Here goes. That is a pretty dress. I didn't realize it has so much sheen to it, but it's very shiny. Must be a really good fabric. So there you go. That was a little sample of that. All right, you all. Harry's doing it. Let me see. Looking good with his shoulders like the Colombians rather, and what is PR? Puerto Ricans? Colombians? Puerto Ricans? All right. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah, that is a pretty dress, isn't it? Yeah. Let's look at Harry one more time. uh See what happened when you season food properly. If you use just enough seasoning, right? You got to hide the mayo and add some seasoning, and you too can have um, a prince getting jiggy with it. All right, so that's it. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And I'm gonna stay up a little while and see what else I can find. And whatever I find, I will share it with you tomorrow. I am going to scour and comb the interweb in search of the most unusual, unseen, and interesting images of our faves, which I'm taking a look right now. Oh, does that have sound? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could share that. It's just a video of them sitting on the floor playing the volleyball. You see, and that video only came out 8 minutes ago. Oh, Harry's team won the trophy. It literally came out 8 minutes ago. So it's still stuff coming out. There's still stuff coming out. Little by little, stuff is still falling out of the sky. And that's how it is when they do these royal tours. Oh, that was an hour ago? What is that? Oh, okay, I shared that already. Oh, you guys want to hear? This is a report from BBC. I don't think you could hear it, but let me try it like this and you could probably hear it. Give me a second. I will play. It's just one of those little reports. God only knows what they're going to say, but we'll listen to it together. Okay. Hopefully they'll have Meghan speak in Spanish. Don't know, but I hope so.
Their 4-day tour of Colombia. They were visiting a school in the capital, Bogota. More from our South America correspondent, Ione Wells.
A Colombian spectacle to greet Prince Harry and Meghan. They spent their second day of their trip to Colombia meeting more young people at this school, known as one of the top schools in the world. The focus of this trip has been to highlight their campaigns to make the internet safer for children. They were shown activities these children do to help their physical and mental health. It comes after Meghan said on the first day of their visit that being a mother drove her to help keep children safe online.
I look at it through the lens of what our children are going to adopt as they get older, and how we can keep them safe, because I do believe all of us agree, despite whatever disparities there are throughout the world, no one contests the fact that we want to keep our children safe.
And Prince Harry said he was worried about how quickly false information spread on the internet.
For as long as people are allowed to spread lies, to abuse, to harass without consequence, then social cohesion as we know it is completely broken down.
Journalists weren't allowed to any of the events that the couple did on their second day of their visit to Colombia. They brought their own camera team, which they said was to ensure that events were represented accurately. But what that means is that all that we can see of the events they've done is what they want us to see, much like a lot of the events that members of the royal family do.
Their team shared these images with us of their visit in the afternoon. They met Colombia's Invictus Games team, the sports competition Prince Harry founded. It's for wounded, sick or injured armed servicemen and women, past and present. This visit marked the final stop on the couple's tour of the capital, Bogota, before they head north to the coastal city of Cartagena. Ione Wells, BBC News in Bogota.
So they're going to Cartagena and then to Cali, right? I don't think those are the same things, right? So this is it for Bogota. Now on to Cartagena and then Cali. So, but yeah, there you go. Now, I think that report was very fair. She said, much like most of the royals, they want things to be accurate. Um, and I'm glad she said that because I thought she was about to say something about, oh, they brought the Netflix cameras and all that other crazy stuff that those people say. But I thought that was very fair. So I don't have a problem with it. You know, when the BBC is being the old BBC, just the news and not opinions, is so much better than a bunch of unnecessary opinions. Well, Adrian, I still think the Oceana is still gonna probably be their best, but let's see what happens. But I would say the Oceana was the best, but in terms of them being away from the royal family, okay, I think you might be right. Being away from the royal family, not, I mean, quasi, is that the word quasi? A quasi royal tour. We'll see. We'll see. But you know, I'm trying to think who was it? I forgot who said it, but it was one of those people that are usually so hateful. But they were saying that that Harry and Meghan are doing the royal tours the way they should be. Like imagine this, Harry and Meghan go to Colombia, and I don't think they've met the president of Colombia, right? They usually start off with the people, but since they were invited by the vice president, they started with the vice president. But I think when they went to Africa, they didn't see anybody like, you know, really high ranking until after they went to their charities or whatever. Let me see. But yeah, they're very frustrated that they don't have the access that they want, that they feel like they deserve. They are very, very frustrated. The tabloid media. Okay, I'm just gonna take one last little look before I say goodnight, just to see if I missed anything. Um, I almost slipped and called somebody an a-hole just now. I was like, let me see what this a-hole is talking about. But I caught myself. I caught myself. Uh, all right, you guys, I don't see anything else. So I'm going to say goodnight because I don't see anything else. So this is goodnight for real this time. Yeah, this is goodnight for real because I don't think there's anything else coming out. That's it. We're all done. And I'm through looking because there's nothing else to see. See? Right? Yeah, that's that. And if I do see something, I'll just wait until tomorrow. Right? Right. Because it could wait till tomorrow. All right. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So that's it. I didn't do the Ginger Avenger yesterday. It's late. I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Love you guys. See you later. Service is universal. I'm still sitting here with my bottom lip hanging down on the table with my mouth looking like Danny Glover. I'm sitting up here with my lip hanging like Danny Glover, still looking. Hey, what happened in Turkey today? They had a fight in the thing, in the parliament. Happy Saturday. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Service is universal. Okay. Good night. For real this time. Good night.